Now there's a red blinking light here. What is this?
Oh, ¿qué le pasó a Linky?
Added a purple flame animation to it. But then there's also a purple flame animation on the entire outfit. But you can also see right here the gauntlets, right? Or agent watches. I mean, that's pretty wicked. I like that a lot. But that's how you get this outfit, right? Now, whenever it's all put together, this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. No backpack or anything associated with it, but if you use the aerial backpack from the other hunter, it looks pretty dope. Now, the mask is the Phoenix mask. This is going to be the mask that we're going for today. It is the brand new Brooklyn DLC Hunter mask. It is, again, the Necronos mask, but with a red flame animation. Pretty cool. But if we look at the original, you gotta scroll all the way down.
Y él tiene un montón de máscaras.
Here's the original.
Nota que él
So
yo no
nice
juego
and
por
clean,
muchos años.
where now it's on fire. It's on fire. Anyways. Alright. So the first one you have to buy, the second one, well, the second one you have to unlock. So without further ado, let's make a trip to Brooklyn. And here we are in Brooklyn. So to do this hunter, there are a few things that you have to complete ahead of time. So first one, you have to actually own the DLC Battle for Brooklyn. But then you also have to complete all of the existing Brooklyn hunters before you can get to the Phoenix. Because the Phoenix Hunter is basically like a tour of all the hunters that you did a year ago. So you can see here are the original 8 hunters here in Brooklyn, and you can see there is a new book above them for the new Phoenix maps. So to start this new tour, if you will, we are going to go back to where it all started. Now this is the original safe house from like the Division 1 days, where a lot of people, whenever they first enter the game, now this is the original. Above them for the new Phoenix maps. So to start this new tour, if you will, we are going to go back to where it all started. Now this is the original safe house. From like the Division 1 days, where a lot of people, whenever they first entered the game, they entered in Brooklyn, they ran down the street to the Brooklyn safe house, and this was the very first safe house you went to before getting on the helicopter and crashing in the Division 1. You remember? So right here, this is where the long line was, and then you talk to whoever's at the desk, and then you come over here for the cutscene, and then you'd end up leaving. Anywho.
I feel like I'm getting closer to watching you.
Son todos estúpidos.
Whenever they first entered the game, they entered in Brooklyn, they ran down the streets, the Brooklyn Safe. Safe house, and this was the very first safe house you went to before getting on the helicopter and crashing in the Division 1. You remember? So right here, this is where the long line was, and then you would talk to whoever's at the desk, and then you'd come over here for the cutscene, and then you'd end up leaving. Anyway, this is the starting point for your new hunter. You cannot log out and log back in. You can't do anything once you start this. To start the Phoenix Hunter, you have to go back to this board and interact with it. If you can't interact with it, then you haven't unlocked all the other hunters. Now what this is going to do is it's going to send you back up to the rooftop like you did for the eighth hunter. But now it's also going to be for the ninth hunter. Now when you jump up here, you should see fire. So you interact with that board, you come up here, you see fire. Control point nearby. When you run over here and see the fire, you'll notice that there is like a pizza box or like a flyer. Looks like pizza, right? Something like that. And it has like a little, $10 off. Looks like a little restaurant flyer. Well, that restaurant, if you remember, is the, what was that? The Trail Hunter? Right? There we go. That way. Where it had the map, right? What was that one called? I'm gonna have to look that one. All of these are like different hunters that you've done before. So the first one, you scroll all the way down. Come on, with it. Yeah, we've had a lot of masks. Alright. Okay. So the first mask was the Necronauts, right? So this was mask number 8. So we just went up and we interacted with the board just like we did with this mask. Now we are jumping over to the restaurant where we had the tracker mask. So you'll remember that going into this restaurant, this is where the tracker mask was. So I'm going to show you all the references while we do this because it's to like give you like a, going down memory street. So here's building 192 for the tracker mask. But this time, you'll see there's a red blinking light here. What is this? And then you run into it. Oh, snap! Alright, well, we can't go in here now, and this is obviously the place with the flyer. So we have to end up turning off the water. Or not turn off the water, turn on the water. So to turn on the water, what you're going to do is you're going to run around the building. And all you're doing is running to the opposite side of the building. And remember, you have to do all of this in one go. You can't switch. Characters, you can't join up on somebody. Once you start this, you gotta do it. Snap. Stand by. Now for this one, here's building 192, and you can see the fire, right? So if we run back in here, you can see everything is on fire. That's no good. So what you want to do is you want to turn off the fire, and you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of poses over here. There's one going up top,